Die4 Radio, Mad 4, you know what I'm saying? We back, motherfuckers, we back. I gave y'all guys a motherfucking Pooh-Man block. Know you enjoyed that shit. But speaking of the man, we got the man of the hour right now, man. MC Pooh, what it do, my G?
Hey, what's up, player?
How you doing, man?
Shit, just sliding around Oakland right now. Shit, man, you caught me when I was, riding around in this crazy-ass city.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hell yeah. But before we get started, though, I want to say thank you for making the time to fuck with us, and out here on Die4 Radio. I really appreciate this shit coming from me being a genuine fan for so long ago. So I want to say thank you.
It's no problem, man. Shit, I appreciate y'all. Shit, man, as soon as I clicked on, I hear the hit playing. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but y'all got to get ready for this new shit, man. I mean, I love my old shit, that made, they sort of like paid away for what I'm doing right now. Y'all got to get ready for some of this new shit, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we're going to talk about too, my G. But because we got a young fan base, so they're still kind of looking behind the ears, but they're willing to learn. I know y'all motherfuckers are listening still, but what made you want to rap?
Shit, I started off writing poetry, man, when I was in elementary, and one of my teachers got a hold of one of my poems, and it wound up getting published in the Oakland Tribune back in the day. It was called Black Rose, and I just started, fucking around with writing, and then Short came out, and started listening to Short, going to the, all the house parties, listening to Short, and said, fuck it, I can do that. So me and my cousin, Wayne Gordon, Cocaine Wayne, we sat down at my mother's table one day and just started writing, you know what I'm saying? And it turned out to be something that everybody wanted to hear.
That is crazy, man. I did not know that, man. That's big. As far as getting your poem put in the Tribune and all that, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy because I was young when that happened, man. I was actually in the fifth grade? I was in the fifth grade and my poem wound up getting published. So it really just turned out to be, I got into other shit. When I started writing, I found out I had a real knack for it, and then I met a dude named Gino Blacknail. You probably don't remember Gino Blacknail, but Gino Blacknail was the music behind dudes like Ascari X and the Righteous Black Gorillas and, Jet,
right.
And I went out to his house, and that's when we did Out to the Bitches. When we laid Out to the Bitches, it just took off. When the first EP, me and my, I did that on my own. So Out to the Bitches took off, and my cousin, Bruce Thomas, actually heard Out to the Bitches from my homegirl, Christine Jackson. He was over her house, and he was like, who the fuck is that? That ain't Short. Because everybody sound like Too Short. He was like, that sound like him, but that ain't him. She said, that's your cousin. That's Pooh-Man. And he came, and that was it. He just went cuckoo, man. I mean, he put up on Seminary. He put up on Seminary and dropped me like he threw a brown paper bag with $15,000 in it and said, man, we making an album. And I'm like, huh?
Wow.
He just threw me 15 bands and said, start recording. He said, find you a producer. At that point in time, the hottest producer around was Ant Banks. He was working with MCN and Trav and them. So I went and found Banks. I had a prior acquaintance with Banks from the streets, his brother. I knew his brother. So I went and found Banks, and, the rest is history. Me and Banks went into the studio up at Blind Man Joe's, and it turned into, the Life of a Criminal album with Fucking with Dank, The Hit. We put Out to the Bitches on there, but it had, it was like 8 or 9 songs on that album. And it just blew up. The Life of a Criminal album took off. Fucking with Dank and all of that just took off. We didn't expect that, and we didn't have a distribution company. we were just dropping off tapes to In a Minute Records over there, Jason Blaine and them. And Jason started In a Minute Records because at first it was just the music people. He started In a Minute Records, and he became a distribution company. And that's how, we went out through the indie group. And I wound up leaving and going out on a promotional tour with an OG named Aubrey, may he rest in peace, old man. Me and Spice went at the same time. We went out, and when I came back, Fucking with Dank had blew up. That album had blew up. I was like, fuck. And, that's when we realized, that I could quit selling drugs and quit getting down in the streets, even though I didn't. But, we found out we had something, that was, marketable. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers was really listening to me. All of a sudden, people from all over the country calling for these CDs, this Pooh-Man dude, you know what I'm saying? And, as you can tell, that was in 1989. And
wow,
shit, I'm still here.
That's crazy history shit, man. So y'all experience some shit that a lot of motherfuckers don't know today. So everybody listening, please, man, listen, do your homework, man. Do like Noriega always says, that I keep telling y'all, do your Google and Google this man and Google his catalog, Google anything you can find out about this man and get the music, man. You know what I mean? Support.
A lot of, with all of the youngsters, man, that's listening, everybody know me from Minister. Man, the youngsters know me from Minister Society. When you say, "Oh, it's a dude in Minister Society," then they know who I am. But
yeah,
it's a truth because now, I get approached by a lot of youngsters, and they be like, "Man, my dad used to listen to you," and all of that. I be like, "Yeah, your dad used to listen to me," and then he was like, "Yeah, fucking with Dank," out to the bitches and all that. It's a whole different ball game then.
Right. Yeah,
as you can tell, I'm in my neighborhood right now, man. I'm actually walking around in Oakland.
And the Oakland, shout out to people of the Oakland, man. We get a lot of people out here to call. I've done a lot of interviews with a lot of Bay Area artists, and I'm glad that you were one of them. You know what I mean? Because I got so much to ask you. You know what I mean? So.
Man, it's no problem, man. I'm a walking history book.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay, now, what was I going to say? Okay, Life of a Criminal comes out, which is a fucking classic, period. You know what I mean? Like, because when we came out with the hit, that song, Southern California, because of the vibe and the sound, because of that zap, everyone fucking right there, like, who is this cat? And that's how we know your name, because of the hit. Out here in Southern California, I know that for a fact, that when that song came out, and it crossed over here to L.A., that's when people knew who Pooh-Man was.
Yeah, I miss L.A. The last time, it's a crazy story. Everybody know my history. I committed a robbery back in the days, and I wound up going to jail, and when I got out, I had a message from Eazy-E. This was right before he passed away. I had a message from Eazy that he wanted me to come up. So I wound up going up to L.A., man, and that was the last time I got to see Eazy. And when I walked into the studio, that's when he had the radio station. And I walked in, and he was on the air, and he said, "Hey, y'all better watch out. Y'all really better watch yourselves. It's a real gangster in the house. This man carry guns. He'll rob your ass." And he was on the air, and I could hear him. I could hear him. I'm walking in the studio. I didn't even know he knew I was in the studio, but he was on the radio talking about me, man. And it was me and RBL Posse that had came up there. That was the last time I got to see Eazy. That was the last time I got to see Eazy alive. And that was out of everybody in the rap game, Eazy was one of my biggest supporters back in the day, man. Besides Short and everybody, because I was signed to, at that point, I hadn't signed a Dangerous yet, but I was still with Intermittent Records, but Eazy was one of the first people who had me come out there, man. And it was my last time getting to see him. Yeah, my phone going crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I got good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come. I'm down there. Yuck been trying to get me out there for the last couple of months, because I just I did the songs with Yuck on his album. I did It Takes a Village and Who Riders on Yuck's album with him.
Yeah.
So Yuck been trying to come out there and mess with him. But the new music. That's what I'm focused on right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a new. I'm with a new label, Naira Music, just ran by the young lady that you've been corresponding with Tanya Stewart.
Nice.
And we working on this new album, the Cookies and Drink EP, the Black Love EP. I'm gonna drop the album. The album is called The Return of Underground Street Poetry, all being dropped on the Naira Music. Getting ready to do this first video, the Cookies and Drink song with me, E40, Drew Down, Keep the Sneak, Spice One, Be Legit, and Jay Stalin, all on one song. It's like a class reunion. This whole song, and we had to welcome the the young rider, Jay Stalin. That's the sort of like the ambassador of Livewire. So this new album, something different. You know what I'm saying? It's more, when it comes to the Cookies and Drink EP, it's street. Songs like Expose, these niggas getting on all these new dudes running around in dresses and mascara, and then you got another, man. I don't know what's going on with these young people these days, man. These new rappers, they throwing on leopard print dresses and mini skirts and wearing. I don't get none of that shit, and then calling themselves a thug. How you a thug and you wearing a skirt on your, taking pictures in mini skirts and shit? I just don't get that shit. Maybe I'm too old school. Maybe, that's the new genre now. Mini skirts and, all that shit. But, yeah, it's a song on there called Expose These Niggas, man. That's really, touching on that. But then I'm coming with, right after, right after that, I'm dropping Black Love. It's really a whole different. It's a switch. It's an EP all about relationships and shit. You know what I'm saying? My relationships, other people's relationships, on some real nice shit. It's I got dudes slated to be on it like Dwayne Wiggins. Dwayne done promised me something. It's this whole new venture that I'm involved in is sort of like on some grown man shit. From even the Cookies and Drink. You ain't gonna hear none of that mumble shit on this one. You know what I'm saying? This real street shit.
And that is what's up, man. That's what's up, and that's dope. And I can't wait personally myself to get ready for those projects. So everybody listening, man, I'm telling you, man, get ready for this shit, man. 'Cause it's coming, man. Pooh-Man, motherfuckers, do your homework, please, and support this man. And it's the serious shit out here. All I do right here is to support the artists, the iconic legends that I grew up listening to and shit. Like, they got the other radio stations out there, but all they want to play is the new stuff. Well, fuck that. If y'all keep calling us old school and shit, but fuck that. If young motherfuckers want interviews with me, you're gonna have to wait behind the line, because I got a lot of motherfuckers I'm ready to interview before y'all. So this is a place for motherfuckers that been in the game, done the game, and know the game, and that's people I respect. You know what I mean? And you're one of them, my G.
Well, good looking, man. It ain't really old school rap. When you look at dudes like E40, look at 40. Look, 40. It ain't too many people who could touch 40 with anything he do. 40 reinvented itself, and what I did is I decided when I, started recording these albums was to, deal with some of the youngsters, like Jay Stalin. For show, I had to have him on this album. And he on the new Cookies and Drink. Well, Cookies and Drink is actually a remix to Fucking with Dank. But I say, we had to change it up a little bit.
Right.
It's just real music. It ain't really old school rap. It's real music. That's what I call it, because a lot of the music out here today, man, it has no substance. It has no content. When you listening to somebody and for 16 bars they say nothing. They really have no social content, no fabric. The whole song is garbage. You know what I'm saying? And that's what rap has turned into. Not everybody, because you got a lot of youngsters out here that are true hip hoppers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got dudes like me. I mean, one of my favorite rappers, and I tell him, and not just because he's my homeboy, but Mr. Fab. I really appreciate the way he stayed true to hip hop. You know, Mac Dre was my boy. Rest in peace to the Mac. That was my boy. And I mean, Fab and them came from that genre, but Fab stayed true to hip hop. When you got dudes like Filthy Rich and dudes like Stevie Joe, dudes like Lil Blood and all these new dudes, and they stand true to the Bay Area style of rap. You know, you listen to so much rap where dudes try to mimic what's going on in down south or what's going on in the Midwest, that it feels, it's kind of refreshing to hear somebody stay true to our area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just,
exactly.
I don't listen to a lot of new stuff, but I got to pick who I listen to and who I don't. Of course, I listen to most of the youngsters out of the Bay when it come to like Stylin' and Stevie Joe and Filthy and all of them, because, I can relate to them. I can't relate to Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to Young Uzi Vert or whoever the hell that boy is. I can't relate to that. I can't listen to somebody who say yo or talk about butterflies and all kind of shit on his album or do videos. I look at the videos, and even the videos don't have no content. I mean, it used to be when you did a video in a cinematic form. You wanted people to see what you were, saying. You're supposed to visualize a song. When I go to do a video, something like No More Tears. I did a song a couple of months ago called No More Tears, and I wanted to make sure that people understood where I was coming from. It's about all the kids being murdered in Oakland, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to make sure people seen it. So I did something a little different than what everybody else doing. I did a real video, and I listen to people, man, and I listen to what's going on in music today, and it's just not, that's all it is, a hard-ass beat with somebody chanting over a song with no substance, no content. You'll never catch me making.
It's pretty sad.
You'll never catch me with that. Yeah, it is. When you can say rap, hip hop, and they calling that hip hop, that's not hip hop.
No,
that's not hip hop. That's something entirely different. So I get pissed off when I hear dudes like supposed to be a true hip hop purist like Big Von and them from Camille and all of them, and they play this and they call it hip hop. That's not hip hop. You can't do that.
That's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. But yeah, fuck that shit. We don't fuck with that shit. But that's crazy shit though. Okay, now what I want to ask you was, okay, if a criminal comes out, you get to deal with John Records and release Funky as I Wanna Be.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you about the album cover, because that cassette tape, when I had the cassette tape, I had to hide that one in particular from my mother, because if she would have grabbed it, holy shit, I'm going to tell you that tape would have met her foot.
Yeah. Well, bottom line is, when we did the album cover for that was at that point Randy Austin was my manager. Randy came up with the concept for the album cover, and it made a lot of noise because it was a chick around back then. I don't know if you remember, her name was Dolores Tucker. Dolores Tucker was an anti-rap, you talking about women. She was just anti-underground rap.
Yeah. Exactly.
D. Barnes, the broad D. Barnes, all of them made a lot of noise about the album cover. So the album cover did what it was supposed to do. It created a whole lot of noise. So, oh my God. Why the hell? Like, you know this Oakland when the police pull right up on you, man. You know this is Oakland when the police pull right up on you. You know, but yeah, you know, the album cover did exactly what it was supposed to do. It made a lot of noise. It made people pay attention. You know, the girl's legs sticking over my head like that, and she was, "You're degrading women." No. I mean, nowadays it would be that I was, you know, paying homage to the woman, you know, to the woman's body. I mean, but back then it was something entirely different, man. You know, but it did what it was supposed to do. It created a lot of noise. Your mama probably kicked your ass if she'd have caught you with that damn CD.
Hey man, she definitely would have destroyed the tape, dude. I mean, Ice-T felt the wrath of my mother. Two-Lamb Crew tape felt the wrath of my mother, and the Eazy-Does-It felt the wrath of my mother. So I had to find a stat spot for them motherfucking tapes until she got tired of me because no matter what, the tapes they're popping up everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially when we dropped the posters. When we made the posters, I mean, I think we sold like, because we were doing the merch, we had just started doing all the merchandise and stuff, and I think that poster sold like about 300,000 copies of it through Jive. I mean,
wow.
The record stores was buying them. The record stores was buying them and everything. Yeah, I think I'm about. Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, I got the police and everything surrounding me right now. For real, I'm serious. If I took a picture right now and sent it to you, I got the police surrounding me.
Fuck.
But they ain't worried about me. But there's a gang of police around here. But yeah, you know, Randy Austin, you know, he back then, you know, he was sort of like the driving force behind Dangerous. You know, he ran everything. You know,
okay, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that. I'm glad you're bringing that up because that was one of the questions I was going to ask you was the Funky as I Wannabe come out and Too Short the Tip come out the same year. Go ahead when you were going to tell me about Randy Austin, but then I'll get back to what I was just telling you.
No, I mean, you can go. I mean, I knew this Dangerous music question was going to come up anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, because, I mean, to me, because I look for years, because I've been a fan of everything, of Dangerous music, you, Ant Banks, Too Short, Goldie. I mean, I could go on and shit, but that's something that really hasn't been publicized on why the beef. We all know that there was beef, but a lot of people don't really know what was the cause of beef. And everyone has a side of their own side of the story, and that's what I wanted to ask you.
My thing was, back then, and, you know, I can say this now, you know what I'm saying? Back then, you know, I was hella young, man, and and besides just being hella young, I was a street cat. I'm born and raised in East Oakland, you know what I'm saying? And I jumped into a game where there was a lot of money involved. A lot of money was finding its way to other people and not finding its way to me. And it was one time when I wanted to do something, and I went to Dangerous in regards to getting some bread, and I found out that my money was being spent on other shit. And instead of handling it like a grown-ass man, I lost my cool. Now, today I can say this. Short told me a lot of shit back in the day. And me being young and hot-headed, I didn't listen to him. I didn't listen to him. You know, and it wound up in some street shit, you know. And, you know, they made a couple of raps like Get In Where You Fit In. I made a couple of raps. But today, I mean, me and Short are hella close. That's my boy. Banks, that's my dog. Banks is the one who produced that Chaos Theory album. And he made sure he produced it when I came home from the pen. But the funk started over miscommunication, you know, misappropriation of somebody else's money, and me not being mature enough to deal with it the right way. You know, I should have dealt with legally, and instead I dealt with it like a street cat. Like, I mean, that's what I was. I wasn't no rapper. I mean, I still don't consider myself a rapper. I'm a street cat with a mouthpiece. I mean, I'm good with poetry, and that's about it. I've never been a businessman. That's why LaTanya runs the record company. I'm not a businessman. I mean, I have a tendency to, lose my cool. So back then, it was a lot worse. So I lost my temper with them, and they lost their temper with me. But we all partners now. And it was a miscommunication, man. That's all.
And you know what? I'm glad that shit got all squashed over because y'all was wrecking shit together, man. Like, dude,
yeah, we'll still do it.
You,
I'm about to do another. We about to do the Cookies and Drink song. It'll be a Dangerous Music remix of the song with me, Jordan Banks. If you listen, I mean, Banks will probably be on the whole album when I finish the whole album, which is The Return to Underground Street Poetry. More than likely, Banks will be on there, Short will be on there. I mean, those are my dogs. We still sit down and we still, chop it up. I mean, we were young back then and we made a whole lot of mistakes. We grown-ass men now. We deal with each other on a whole different level. But when I came home, Short reached out to me immediately. Let me say that. And for the Legends tour that they had, I was there. I mean, me and Short sat down that night and squashed whatever funk we did have. Because everybody thought I was going to come home on a whole different page.
They stopped beefing, yeah.
Yeah, they thought I was going to come home on a whole different page, like I was going to come home like old Pooh-Man. But, when you sit down for 13 years, man, your aspect and thought patterns either change or you get left behind. And I actually matured enough to realize that what Short was telling me back then I should have listened to. But the money aspect of it, let's just it happened, you know what I'm saying? I let bygones be bygones, and we build new relationships as we get older, you know what I'm saying? And Short is my nigga. I mean, that's the godfather of, Bay Area rap, period. He's the godfather of underground rap. He was the first person to yell bitch on his CD and go platinum. So that's my boy. Me and Banks is straight. Me, Banks. I haven't had a chance to sit down with Hassani, which is Goldie. I mean,
right.
Whenever me and him will squash what we got going on. But other than that, man, it was it was all miscommunications, and a bunch of dudes. You hand a dude a couple of $1 million and tell him to run a record company, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? It's bound to happen. Let's put it like that. So that's over with. I'll be working with Short. I've already worked with Banks. I'll be working with Short soon enough. Oh yeah, it's a song that this slated for me and Short called "Dance Like a Stripper." That's probably what you're gonna hear on the album more than likely. But you'll also hear, like I said, the remix of the Cookies and Drink, the Dangerous Music remix. Bygones are bygones. We all done got older and a whole lot mature.
And that is fucking great, man. And that's, like I said, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. That's what I want to hear and shit, because last thing we need is to have people keep continuing beefing over something 20 years ago or something. That's beautiful shit. Now,
yeah, I mean, what I really want, and I'm saying this for everybody to hear, y'all. What I really want to do is I want to do a Dangerous Music reunion album. That's what I really want to do. I want to sit down with me, Banks, all of us can go into a studio and make a Dangerous Music reunion album. I would love to do that. I would love to really just get in the studio with dudes that I got in the studio with. And when you put Pooh-Man, Short, and Banks, and dudes like Goldie and all of us in the studio, I mean, can't nobody tell us nothing. I mean, we made hits together,
Yeah.
And that was the worst thing about what happened. It broke up a dynasty. It broke up dudes that were actually gelding together and making damn good music, going out on tours and selling out. It changed when Dangerous Music broke up. It changed Bay Area hip hop. It changed it.
Definitely, because Dangerous when the Dangerous Crew and with Ant Bangs behind the boards and shit like that, that sound though, that sound, man, that bumping bass lines and shit, man, come on, man, that's something that I truly miss today. Like that's that sound that that's you guys' sound. You guys definitely own that sound.
Well,
now,
well, you get prepared for everything that's coming.
Right.
What we get ready to say?
No, I was gonna say, when you released after Funky Easy Wannabe was released, you had a deal with Paris' label, Scarface Records, correct?
Yeah. I went through this cat named Earl Gar. Paris. Earl Gar had a deal with Scarface Records, and I wound up doing the I think it was the Judgment Day album I released. And
right.
that's during the time Jordan was still going through it. We were still funking a little bit. But, yeah, I dealt with Paris for a little while.
Now, was the song Menace to Society, was that song supposed to be on the actual Menace to Society soundtrack?
Yeah, that was part of the shit that was going on. Menace to Society was recorded for Menace to Society, the movie, but it never made the soundtrack because of the differences I was going through with Dangerous and Jive.
Right. That's a shame, because that should have been on there, in my opinion.
Yeah, everybody said it should have been on there. But, like I said, things happen, and it didn't make it. I mean, it was a damn good song. It still is a damn good song. The video was a damn good video. But,
right.
It is what it is.
Yep. That's crazy. It's crazy. Now, also, 2001, you released Fucking With Dane 2001. So that was done the whole time when you was incarcerated, right?
Nah, yeah, I know I was incarcerated when it got released. I recorded it while I was out. Me and my homeboy Kareem Sykes, KK. He came to me and he wanted an album, and I was fighting a case at that point. And he was like, I need an album. You can't go to jail without giving me an album. So me and him sat down and, we went in the studio with a lot of producers, man. I had a dude from Texas named Blue, Charlie J, a couple of producers, and we, Stan Keith. Hey, we put together that album, and it came out on Killer Cali. It came out on Killer Cali West.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I mean, I love all your records, so it doesn't even matter. I love every album you put out. But that was dope. That was dope when I seen it. I was in the warehouse store. Oh, lit as fuck. That's what I was trying to buy. I was like Pooh-Man in the background. There's weed in the background and a bong in the background. I'm like, holy shit. I'm buying it right on top. And I don't remember that day, too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite album covers, man, with the big bong in the back of it. Yeah, that was out of all my album covers, that was one of my favorite ones. But, I mean, out of all my albums, man, I think my favorite album is Judgment Day. It's not even Life of a Criminal. My favorite album is Judgment Day.
Yeah, I love that album. I mean, I love that fucking album, dude. And everybody, man, do your homework, man. Do this research. You're getting school today, kids, so come on, man.
Yeah,
don't fuck around, man.
Yeah, that was probably, I mean, musically, I mean, content-wise, what I was saying on that album was probably my favorite album. But
because it went hard.
This album, The Return to Underground Street Poetry, is just that. It's a return to underground street poetry. It's going to be a lot of stuff on here that people are going to, look back and be like, well, that don't sound like Pooh-Man, but it's hot as hell. It is me. It's me. It's a matured version of me. You know what I'm saying? It's still Pooh-Man, and it's still gonna be a gang of shit on there, a gang of street shit. But more than it's more game than anything. It's more, me saying, like, I released Chaos Theory. Chaos Theory wasn't me. Chaos Theory was me and Ant Banks. The album I'm working on now is more me. It's more me taking my time. It's more me. I mean, really saying what I want to say on it. It's more of a, just it's a Pooh-Man album. It's not a Pooh-Man is somebody else album. I'm taking my time with this one. I'm taking my time recording this album.
Dope, man. That is dope. That is fucking dope, man. So, so you already explained that. Now, where can the fans find you on social media and stuff?
You can find me at on Instagram. I'm Pooh-Man72. On Facebook, I'm under Lawrence Thomas. Or you can find me at my Naira Music page on Facebook. You can also find me at a Naira Music on Instagram. I mean, I'm everywhere. But no, I don't play with Snapchat that much. I just started a Snapchat, man. But
That's
it
dope,
is what
man.
it is. Yeah, but
Yep.
I mean, a Naira Music was co-founded by LaTanya Stewart. That's the boss lady. That's the lady who run this company.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm more into I'm trying to be more into the artistic part of this. So the day-to-day runners of that company go to her and Dominique Stewart. They run this company. But when it comes to the musical part of it, everybody just get prepared, to what I'm about to do. I mean, I love my old music. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am and I wouldn't be where I am so far as people keep using that legend. I don't like that. I really don't like the legend word. I mean, I'm not dead yet. I'm a pioneer, if anything, in this. I mean, when you speak of the Bay Area, you talk about old school, who paved the way. I can accept that. Me, Short, Banks, Richie Rich, 3 Times Crazy. We paved the way for a lot of kids out here. You know what I'm saying? EA Ski, CMT. People forget about the dudes who laid the foundation. If we didn't do this, you couldn't do this. You wouldn't have had a foundation to do this. But I can say this: out of the youngsters I deal with, from Jay Stallings to Velion to dudes like Stevie Joe, Filthy, they get it. You know what I'm saying? And with doing this new album, it's more like me taking it back to where we came from. But I'm dealing with a lot of the youngsters too. Even though I'm dealing with some old school producers, some new school producers, some unheard of. I got some unheard of producers that's just talented. And this album should be. No, it should be. It will be something that people talk about for a while, because even though it's Pooh-Man, I'm saying it's a classic before it even touched the streets.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about. Shit. That's what I'm talking about. Let everybody be on the lookout for that. Please go and support. You know what I mean? Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if they listen to, if y'all want to hear something new from me, you want to hear the new version of me, go listen. I mean, go buy Yuck Mouth album. You know what I'm saying? Go listen to Yuck album. I mean, that was just a taste of what they gonna get on this album. I got dudes like Freeman William, Freejack, who used to be a producer for Aftermath. He was signed to Dr. Dre label. Freejack did a lot of the music on here. I just pinned 2 songs with the Mechanics. The Mechanics did Cookies and Drink, and they did Player Necessities. What else did the Mechanics? Oh, I got another producer named Squeeze Beats. There's some gems on this album. I mean, some real bangers. So when cats pick it up, it's probably gonna shock everybody that the people I got on here, because I'm not even finished recording it. I'm releasing the Cookies and Drink as just a tease. I'm releasing the Cookies and Drink EP as a tease to what's coming on this whole album. The Return to Underground Street Poetry will be just that, a Return to Underground Street Poetry.
And that is what's up. That is what's up. Well, now we're running out of time. I want to say thank you for making the time to get on here. Like I said, I know you got a lot of homes where you can break some music down, but I want this to be one of your homes whenever you want to release a new record, or if you want to talk about something, or you just want to go on a rant, hit me up. Hey, your home is this is your home, MPC, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, the ranting part, man. You know, I do that a lot because I can't. You know, I like I started telling you, I don't get a lot of this new rap, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my pet peeves. You know, so but I mean, I appreciate it, man. As soon as we finalize, you know, the order of these songs and how we gonna put it out for Cookies and Drink, you'll be one of the first people we contact. Don't even worry about it. I mean, playing Cookies and Drink, I might, you know, once we figure out the date, a couple of days before, I'll make sure you get the Cookies and Drink EP.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that shit, man. And like I said, this is your home, and Pooh-Man, you know what I'm saying, man? I've got the man right here, man, one of the pioneers of the game. You know what I'm saying? So let you enjoy the rest of your night. You got any shout-outs you want to give up to anybody?
Yeah, the boss lady, Latanya. I know you listening, and you probably even got off the air because you tired of hearing me talk. But, you know, to Latanya, Dominique, Free Jack, Tiffany Malone, everybody who participated and took part in recording all of these songs that we got right now, Squeeze Beats, the mechanics, of course, my manager, you know, Mark, you know, MJ. I mean, everybody. This it takes a minute for everything to come together, but you know, when it does, it's a beautiful ass thing. I'm saying, and I'm making this statement. 2017 is ours. 2017 blown on Naira music. So, I mean, when it comes to anybody who want to contact me, I'm on Instagram, Pooh-Man72. I'm on Facebook, Lawrence Thomas. You can find me at my Naira music page. You can find me, you know, shit. You can find me anywhere on social media. I'm always there. So everybody who took part in this, I just got to say thank you to everybody, especially Latanya for having the patience and, you know, not, you know, going ballistic, you know. But yeah, but this should be one hell of a year, man. And you know, I started this label, and I'm saying this. We started this label, but I started this label with my, you know, my soulmate. I started this label as a family thing, you know, so we could build something together, build an empire together. This is the whole reason for this, because a while ago, man, I almost walked away from this. I almost walked away from music because I was listening to all of the bullshit that got put out, and I decided, nah, I wouldn't do that, that I wanted to build something, and I wanted to build it with her. I wanted to build it with my closest, you know, the closest people to me. So everybody who listening, just be prepared, man. The summer blown to me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to contact me,
exactly.
And if you want anybody out there want to contact me about doing collabs or anything, you can reach me or Latanya at aniramusic@gmail.com. You can reach me there. Only serious people. Don't send me no BS. You know what I'm saying? Don't contact me if it ain't no money. That's all I'm saying. But thank you, man, for having me tonight, man. I really appreciate it. I got to go deal with some crazy shit right now. You know, one of my homeboys got bopped in the head with a box at work. He got cut his eyeball in three different places. Yeah, man. So I got to go check on him. Yeah. You know, I'm one of the workers.
Hey, man, for things again, man, I really appreciate it. Now, before you go, can I get a Pooh-Man Die4 radio drop, please?
Radio drop for Mob Report?
Mob Radio. For Die4 Radio. Die4 Radio.
Okay. Yeah, this is Pooh-Man, man, and y'all listening to Die4 Radio.
There you go. There you go. Hey, man, well, I'm going to you enjoy the rest of your night, man. And thanks again, man. We'll definitely be in contact with each other.
No, I'm going to be in contact with you because as soon as I'm finished with, finding the order to this, I promise I'm going to send fucking with Dank, cookies and drink over there to you, man. So, and come back on with you and, let motherfuckers vibe to this. Like I said, it's Pooh-Man, Yuck Mouth, E40, Be Legit, Jay Stylin', Drew Down and Keep the Sneak, and my boy Forax on the hook. It's ugly. It's ugly. I mean, I'm just waiting. I can't wait to drop it.
Well, I can't wait to hear it, man. So, thanks again, man, and enjoy the rest of the night, and be safe out there, man.
Okay, you too, bro. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. There it is,
okay.
folks. Pooh-Man, you know what I'm saying? He got the exclusive right here, man. So everybody, go Google this, man, and please stop being lazy motherfuckers, yo. Come on, man, because I have to keep fucking telling you. Man, it's going down, it's going down. So, I gotta go rock a motherfucking piss. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta pee. Because you can get down to this motherfucking mean mugging and thugging from Pooh-Man, you know what I'm saying? Stuff for you guys to go to school, yo.